2.
Hey everybody, welcome to the cast and crew commentary for Bad Places. It's Joe here, and we're here to talk about this movie. Any thoughts, guys, going in?
This is a much better movie than Sacrifice.
You know, as you guys were, I feel like that was the general consensus. I guess that's a good thing.
Yeah.
You used what you learned with Sacrifice to improve this movie.
Yeah, I guess there was, I think the biggest difference was, I guess maybe I tried too hard, but I mean, right from the get-go, there's more of a soundtrack. I
definitely good.
Used a lot of music. I tried to use a lot of effects going in.
And lighting.
You guys, and the lighting, I think, even for the first couple shots here is a bit decent.
Shout out to the Jingle Punks.
Shout out to Jingle Punks for all their stock music.
I'm not gonna lie, I can't wait till you pull this off. I need to show everyone I know this.
Oh no! Oh no!
Hey, I'm not in this movie. You can show it to everyone.
Oh God, no. Yeah, so I try to give everybody credit as much as I can.
I mean, for what little I did, you put me up there.
Oh, I know. No, I try to get people in as much as I can if they help out.
Yeah, dude. It's a resume filler.
Yeah. Say you helped out make a movie, it's not a lie.
John shaking those long, luscious locks he's got right there.
Oh, like there were so many shots of John just
shaking it out.
Can we just say that the best character in this movie is Thug 1?
I think it's canon. I think that opinion is just the truth. It's the truth.
It's actually expressed in the movie.
In the movie, sound design is actually a little bit of a lie, because Nick's asleep over here. He's technically here, but he did actually help a lot with recording of a lot of the audio. But a lot of it we couldn't really use because it ended up getting corrupted anyway, and a lot of it sounded to be about the same level of quality as the audio in the cameras. So. Don't know what was up with that.
Yeah, the audio corrupted super hard.
Yeah, look how many producers I have there.
Yeah, that's a lot.
How's my producer?
Because you're there for support and creative control. See, and you help with Alex. See, because you did help with the ending a little bit.
Yeah,
it's true.
Yeah, it's true. More than a little bit.
Well, considerably, I'd say.
I like how the directors both start with J.
Yeah,
most of our group starts with J.
Most of our friends is J's. Yeah. That's that really good shot of the arm there. You know, it's like that shoulder shot.
Yeah,
it just says so much. Speaks volumes. And the sink.
Yeah. Focused on the sink.
And
the salmon color of the tiles and the very strong, prominent display of the shoulder. It really.
I like to imagine he's going to convert this whole thing in black and white just to spite you there.
Yeah.
We're watching the version. I'm actually probably going to release a cut that is all black and white, which I considered. This is Will.
All the ears.
He cannot be with us today.
Will was busy today, but Will.
R.I.P.
Will. He's still alive as of the making of this.
I want him to have a good day. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
Shit, it's sleeping time.
And he looks sleepy in this scene.
He does look sleepy.
He probably was because these were all filmed really late at night.
Let's be fair. Will looks sleepy in most situations.
Yeah.
And this is that crucial plot establishment.
Sleep deprived will do that to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
I didn't give a reason behind it. I just said no.
But now we know. Will.
I kind of like this scene.
You do?
Yeah.
I think I liked the we filmed it in this laundry room, but it is kind of creepy. I don't know.
Stop
I don't
giving
know
away all
why,
the movie
but
magic.
it does look very green screen, even though I know.
Even though it's real.
We know that place exists.
But it looks fake.
Actually, I think it's one of the best. This is one of the best looking shots.
Yeah, I thought these shots looked cool. Like it was kind of like this whole V thing. I'll admit, I don't know if I was trying. I mean, obviously we're trying to go for the whole. You're feeling desolate and and everything. But
crying on the couch in the fetal position.
Crying in the fetal position, we're conveying it, but that shot's good, and the you keep that consistency, and you manage to hold on it for another shot, and I think it just looks visually interesting. Because at first when you pull out, you don't. There was a shot I was going to try to use where you're not sure what you're looking at, and then you see, oh, it's.
I don't think you can ever do one of these movies without like John on a couch
somewhere. Yeah, and
honestly, like I remember when we were filming this, there were so many cuts. And it took you. It took you a lot of time to like.
It took a lot to film some of these scenes.
It took a lot of time to reposition yourself into a place where like you could get a good shot of it, and it's like I started cramping up because I didn't move in between the shots.
Yeah, you held, and I'd film a lot of long shots, and then sometimes like wait, hold it, and then I do another long shot. So
yeah,
some physical pain there, I guess. audio of the phone picked up pretty well.
Yeah,
actually,
yeah. I'm surprised.
That actually got timed pretty well. And we actually redid these two scenes where you hear the phone fall there. Those are two separate scenes, but I thought they emptied pretty well. Those two different cuts.
You know, it's a while before I show up in this movie, but I think if I'm going to be in the next one, I gotta like try to like project a bit more with my voice.
Yeah, I mean, you know, that is something I have noticed, and that's partially my fault for direction. Is like I got to tell you. Usually, I find myself with all these rush production schedules, which is the issue, I guess, when you're working with people with a lot of time that's not free and not a lot of money. It's a lot of things are rushed, unfortunately. But you're right. Those scenes, I probably could have had you project a bit more, but you did remember your lines as you were kind of making them up, and you kept it pretty consistent, which I thought was pretty good. But you're right. You projecting helps, but it also doesn't help that there was a lot of feedback in the laundry room too.
Yeah. I'm just glad Thug 1 didn't have any lines.
Thug 1 has so much presence, though.
Yeah,
That's so much presence.
Really
well, now we have to have at least a Thug 1 in every movie we do. Just get John in the movie.
No, Ja, you're
Ja, if they're called Thug 1, you'll do it.
Ja, you're going to be in the next one, Ja. I have a plan for you. I do.
The next one's partially your fault, so.
Yes, yeah, actually it is, and we talked about it.
In depth.
Yeah, you helped me come up with that. I'm like, it's cool. It's cool, man. But
man.
the intense search for the hero in my apartment complex.
Was that?
By looking through apartment complexes, they just happen to look very similar.
Yes.
What was up with the really quick glance at the camera?
I think I was trying to look through the camera, implying there wasn't a camera there.
Trying to, like, there's another road there.
Almost like something could have been running by me, But you're right. Technically, it was the camera I probably looked at for half a second. And some of these abrupt edits and sound were actually not mistakes. I thought they were supposed to be abrupt to keep you awake.
Yeah, I don't mind them.
Like I know. So I think some people watching it didn't like it, but I did that intentionally, get you kind of in the zone, and then something's happening. Yeah. So I don't know if it worked or not, but honestly, that was intentional.
I was kind of expecting you to do something with the little, was it the visor there?
To pull it down. Oh, yeah. One issue with this shot, I did. These were the last scenes in the movie. These ones by myself with this character. Just kind of said, I need to have a couple scenes to kind of flesh out what was happening. Otherwise, the movie would be like 20 minutes long. Yeah. Just be like, there's something bad going on. Oh, your friend's dead. We got to kill these people. So I'm like, because your character couldn't get as fleshed out because I didn't want him to be, I wanted to try to flesh out mine. Unfortunately, there were other issues where I couldn't expand on it quite as much, but there was supposed to be like this, and I think I don't know if it's super obvious, but there's kind of like this parallel between the tourist's experience and the hitman's experience where, as you'll see, your character, John, he lost his girlfriend because of what Mr. Scratch did. At some point vaguely killed her, which is established. And what happens here, Mr. Scratch ends up having his woman killed in different means. So there's supposed to be kind of this contrast where he hates you, but just kind of because he's similar to you.
Starting to become you.
Yes, exactly. And that's what I was kind of going with, which is half there. This scene, Shannon helped out. She filmed this whole part with the lighting. It looks pretty good.
I do kind of like this one.
You like? Yeah.
Only because of you driving around and you had a shot of the little thing. Where
you're that close.
Oh.
Where you're that close. And you're like, oh my.
It's pretty good.
These scenes took a while to film, didn't they, John?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I think this was like we spent a good hour
or two on this one
doing these two scenes.
Did you work in any drama class school or anything?
No.
Really?
No.
You're really good in these, I gotta say.
Yeah, no. There's a reason why I made him my main actor because I thought his acting skills are pretty good. But yeah,
he got talent, man.
He's got talent, absolutely. I think, the thing about Nick and John's scenes is they were actually probably the ones I spent the most time on overall. I like that one actually, with the suitcase.
We ended up doing a couple of reshoots like a couple of weeks in a row?
Yeah, we did, and the thing about it was always preparation. Like we were never ready to go, so it was a couple hours getting everything set up.
Right.
Which made the nights longer. I don't know. Nick, I tried to reshoot with Nick getting more irritated, but he was always just kind of like slightly irritated. And he knows what I'm talking about. So like I was saying, I was always like, hey man, try to be like really angry or like you don't care. And he's just like, yeah, Nick, you know. And he's like, I'm just Nick. So, you know, so the character seems very aloof about the whole thing, like he doesn't give a shit. But there are a couple scenes where Nick does kind of say like, hey man, you know, this is what we have to do, and I'm like, I could believe those. And John, I think you managed to have some good chemistry because you worked a lot with Nick in this one.
Mm.
I thought it came to me.
Yes.
All right. So part of the idea of the movie is that you never see what's in the case.
Correct.
But what if that Necronomicon book was in the case?
I thought about that, but I wanted to keep that open.
Is it a dead prey mantis?
No, I wanted to keep that open, and I'll admit I'm totally chanting. I thought about the Necronomicon. I was supposed to have some other little subtle references to Sacrifice, but I did something a little more different.
This is the best. This is the best looking scene in the movie.
I think this is.
I'm proud of this because I was like, I found that like that actually was cool. And originally I was gonna have like, you could hear what I was saying through that, but then I thought let's let the music and the imagery kind of play off.
Yeah, shows your frustration.
Yeah. So yeah, I thought that actually looked pretty cool.
If you like kind of zone out, it's almost like a tree is overlaid, like on top.
On top of the that was a cool shot. That was totally like, oh wow, that looks kind of cool.
Kind of reminds me of like you're at a pond or something and you're looking
at reflection.
Yeah.
I do like that shot. I thought that was pretty cool. Pretty much accidental, but I was like, that came out looking much better than I thought it was going to.
Your character's going out on a limb.
He really is. And these great scenes that I had to shoot by myself. But, I mean, I did my best implying everything. But let me ask you this, guys. Because I thought this could be an interpretation, honestly. Maybe there is nobody there and he's just crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought about that. I'm like, you could make that.
Somebody said when we were first watching this, like, after the phone call, it
sounds like you're just...
Yeah, he's just got, like, split personality.
And this is the issue you had with it, was with the voice?
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're supposed to be talking to my character here, but you do the dubbing.
I like doing the dubbing. I'll admit I do. I like, it's like my favorite thing. Yeah, I tried, man. I was trying to act... I did. I'll be honest. One reason why I kind of reined it in a little bit is because I didn't want you guys to feel too awkward watching me. Because I can channel my anger pretty well when I have to.
Boy, I can watch you all the time.
Oh, thank you. But
look, man, if I shed real tears because of like anxiety, then you can.
I mean, come on, I molested John on screen.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you've been through it has been rough filming for you a couple times, John.
I've been through the ringer.
Yeah.
Hey, Nick, is that a real botanist? Oh,
that joke, I don't know if it'll make it.
I think he's awake. He's just purposely ignoring all this.
He's just trying to rest. It's fine.
Yeah, somebody's alarm's going off.
Yeah.
It's got to be up at midnight.
There's some conversations upstairs that will be in the commentary, but that's okay.
Of the production crew.
Yeah, they're actually so Shannon actually helped out a lot with this, and I know she doesn't really want to be on too many of these things, but in all honesty, helping to get this movie probably wouldn't have gotten made without her. Because I believe it as rough as it is, I tried to rush things a bit more because I knew my schedule was tight, and she helped with the suggestions about the lighting, big time, and the like some of the scenes like the establishing the lighting for you, John, for that first scene, and also the scene when Nick's walking in, his character. Those were her. She shot those, so she actually helped out a bit. So I really appreciate that. Absolutely.
Lighting was an issue starting out too.
Oh, lighting was a big one, but for the most part, the lighting is much better, and that was, I think, the biggest complaint. And I will admit, I think for the most part, the the lighting and the audio, I guess, is better this time.
Oh yes.
Like you can see and hear things better, which I guess when you're making a movie is kind of an important thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I could have reshot the scene because we got new knives later, but I'm like, fuck it. He's gonna.
Almost like he's thinking about killing himself there.
Yeah, and that's what I was implying because he doesn't want to kill his wife, and I'm
Exactly.
Absolutely.
I can throw something at Jesse.
I
if you want me to.
concur. I agree with that statement.
Well,
And
no.
or
The
question.
cool thing about commentaries is you can explain all the stuff that you were trying to go for, but it doesn't count. It's not the actual product.
Oh yeah, we lost because of like certain things having people not being available. We lost like half of the planned script.
Oh yeah, like for the
Which is
first one.
which is why the movie's a little short. In all honesty.
Yeah, that's true. We
It's
did
supposed to be what, at least 40 more minutes, probably.
what, this one?
At
Oh,
least 20 minutes.
no. I didn't want this one. I wanted this one to be longer than Sacrifice a little bit. I was aiming for an hour. There were a couple subplots I wanted to add in there. Like there's this whole plot. There was this whole other subplot and plot twist that just got cut out. That I was like, got later. And
That happened.
I was gonna make Jesse a cop, and he was gonna be in the prologue where he's trying to go undercover. He gets killed. You think it's unrelated to everything, and then you're gonna go through the whole movie, and you're wondering why is Will's character changing sides, and then towards the end of the movie, he was supposed to live, and then he was gonna call a relative and say that he avenged you because you were like a friend of his or something. That was my original idea for Jesse and Will's character, and that couldn't be filmed because of scheduling and stuff. But that would have made the movie, I don't know, maybe like 5-10 minutes longer. But I would have liked that extra layer.
Yeah.
But hey, it's cool. Hey, half of my last movie's ending was totally different. So
The Last Innings movie was recorded in one night.
yeah, well, yeah, I think it was actually. Yeah.
In maybe like two.
No, you're right.
It was like 2 takes of
Yeah,
one scene.
yeah.
That
Well, by the
we
end,
just basically like freehanded that
but
entire
no,
thing.
the whole the whole last act of Sacrifice was mostly like
Reworks.
two takes of ad lib essentially.
Yeah.
And there I am trying to channel my. So how is my acting this? I didn't act in the last one. I was trying to take on a little more of the weight. What do you think?
A1.
I think you're being a little.
Souse.
You're being a little kind there. I think.
I'm not sure about this part with the little laugh, but
I think it
A
might
little
have gone
corny,
on
but
forever.
like, who doesn't love corn?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I love
you're
corn.
though
anyway.
it could be the implication that you are crazy and it's literally just you in the apartment.
Yeah, I guess you could say that.
You left it up for interpretation.
I was trying to. I mean, I was saying to you
Because
guys.
there is no voices, right?
That's true. You don't have to hear anybody say anything, which I was like, fine, I'll make that work to my advantage. Maybe there's nobody there. You guys like the black and white.
Yeah.
I did that to hide the tips mostly.
Of the guns.
Yes, the tips. That's not well. Oh, and John's asleep too. It's a great
Not
commentary.
quite.
He's getting there.
He's getting
on the
there.
journey.
Yeah, I'm just.
I don't know. I think the black and white gives out more detail, though.
You think so?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Huh.
You're not overwhelmed with all the
Colors? Okay. Man, you guys really like the black and white more.
Yeah.
Because I was throwing them in to just be randomly experimental. Like, okay, why not? But you're right. I guess the tones are a bit off. Like, with the way that it's picking up the skin tones. Like, look how Nick's hand's kind of pink, and then it's kind of yellowing.
Yeah.
That's kind of, and you can see that throughout
His hair,
the
too.
back of John's shirt's a little yellow. Because I think the lamps are like, it's bleeding through almost.
And then Nick's hair is kind of a greenish.
It's
yellow.
almost, it's too yellow.
So just in case you all end up seeing this movie as black and white, you'll know why.
Yeah, it might be.
Though I do like the owl painting.
The owl painting is nice. Apparently, it's a porno, from what I understand. That the whole basement set.
Is it because we can see the ceiling?
Don't get white.
I don't know.
Because it's a low budget filmmaking, she said it looks like
Well,
porno.
this is no budget filmmaking,
Yeah.
basically. they call it a
Z. It looks better than that. What was that? After last season or something like that. That had $6 million and looked way worse than any of our movies.
I didn't see that one.
Oh, no.
Sorry, I've been up for like 20 hours.
Oh wow, long day.
Yeah, I woke up at 3 in the morning to go to work, and I didn't nap.
This is what I'm talking about. All hardworking people here coming together to help me make my little movies. Man.
I mean, the fact that you scheduled this so that Nick could even appear in the film was...
Well, Nick actually wanted to really help out with this one. He really wanted to be part of it, and honestly, he is asleep right now.
He's asleep right now
because
he
he's
kills
tired.
himself every night
because he kills his night every working, and he had to come here on his nights off. And not only did he help act, but he also helped shoot some scenes, and he helped with a lot of the audio. Like, Nick actually did more on this movie than most people on it did, honestly. He did a lot. This actually turned out...
That transition into this scene.
Did you
I think this shot might be my favorite shot in the movie.
Yeah, that's a good shot. Totally accidental, by the way.
A close second.
That tilted
The
shot.
Dutch angles are really good.
I love at one point it gets wavy, I think, as he's walking in to meet me.
Yeah, I added that effect to show transition.
Yeah, that worked.
You know, this...
I like this. I don't like the next part that comes.
You don't like the edge effect?
The whitening.
You don't like
the
that?
great whitening.
The great whitening.
It looks cool and stylized right now.
Yeah.
But the thing is, it looks good, but the next shot I think was too dark.
I don't like... Let's see. And
it should be coming up.
Second now.
Like the second he looks up, it just...
I guess it's not as bad. Maybe I didn't need to add that.
Fuck.
I see.
You like
the original edit? I am 100% sure that this will not stay in.
You don't think you got nobody liked this at all.
This like inverted.
Maybe if you kept it for like
a half a second, maybe
a half a second, or like when he actually gets hit, does this?
Okay, I got you. That might be better.
It's just a wonky effect.
Yeah, it's true. I did it because I wanted to actually like improve your ability to see it at all, like just for a second. But it actually doesn't look too bad up on screen. So. To be fair, when I was editing this on the computer, I couldn't see shit. And I was like, oh man, I gotta at least show he's there and who's there. But you can kind of see him. It's not...
Like, you can still utilize it for, like, when he takes hits and stuff.
Yeah, I could do that. Or I'd like maybe a brief flash here or there.
Yeah.
But, yeah, you're right. Yeah, this was all ad-libbed, by the way. This whole thing.
I can tell by the curse.
It's like, just add fuck to just cover the fact that...
when you don't know your line, just say...
Just curse a lot to emphasize you're angry. Oh, very long. Oh.
That's why people think it's a porno.
Well...
Very long and unpleasant.
Oh, no.
Hopefully that's not the next movie.
I mean, people are telling me I should just go into it, man. It's what my movies kind of are.
Go into
porn.
Oh, I know I can write that.
No, I I guess you could argue there's
might actually get Shannon if I use that.
Oh no!
Cut that! No! Cut that!
That was a joke, Shannon.
Cut that! Nope. Cut that!
It'll be with the tourist and Mr. Scratch.
Like the rest of our scenes together.
That's true.
I don't know why that keeps happening, really.
It's just who I have in my movie and the type of scenes that end up being written for them is just kind of the way it works.
Oddly enough.
Well, it was a better edited fight sequence than when you fought Will, even though we did use the same kind of lunge in.
Who actually hit Will?
You!
No.
You slammed him into the door.
John hit Will. Towards the end.
Yeah, towards the end.
John kneed him in the face, but you slammed his back into a doorknob.
Yeah, Will actually got hurt a bit last time. He did.
I was trying to minimize that this time, too, oddly enough.
Yeah, Will... I don't think you and Will... Yeah, you and Will had one scene together, briefly. That's it.
No, I mean just general me causing damage to people.
Or doors.
Yeah. maintain that was not my fault on sliding door.
You guys like the echo, huh?
Actually, I like that effect.
Once again, totally accidental.
Just turning mistakes into proper effects.
Yeah, right? There we go.
Are you alone? Why are you telling me this?
And at this point, we're just kind of watching the movie again.
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah.
But I mean,
Not much to say on this part.
It's a good talking point.
well, you know what? Honestly, I'm gonna go on a limb here and say this might be where the movie starts getting more interesting.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Which isn't anyone's fault that things weren't happening before. It was just that half the script had to be dropped.
Yeah, yeah. So I had to kind of improvise with a lot of long shots and a lot of build up. And I will say the movie builds up, but then like once it gets momentum, it just like the last couple scenes, like oh shit,
Yeah.
and then it's basically over.
Yeah.
But you know what? Technically,
We're still kind of in the short experimental film part of our careers.
no. Technically, this is a short film. It's a short experimental film. Is what it is. It's what it is. It really is. It's short enough that it's not feature length. I'm not charging anybody for it. It's got to be free. You know. So I mean, if people don't like it, I guess that's fine. But like, I don't know.
I paid $5 for this DVD.
You don't have to pay. You worked on it.
Like,
Well, thank you. I appreciate that you think
There's
it's
Thug 1.
oh yeah, Thug One.
now, there were two cuts, Alex. There was the cut with the shirt and the cut without it. You said you without it. I'm like, you know what, that looks a little creepy, weird. I went with it. And I thought you were a trooper for that. I was like, okay, I'll do it.
I was considering doing the extended scene, but I thought that might be too distracting.
And I know what you meant.
I'm not sure about that.
This
You
shot.
know what you needed for the extended scene? Pasties.
Well, like what's Mr. Scratch into? Yeah. No. Yeah.
Plus, I'm not 100% sure it gets through on this one. I'm supposed to be the devil.
Yeah, not 100%. It's implied a little bit, but it's pretty vague, unfortunately. But that's fine, I guess. I wish Nick or John were more awake, but
This
well, Ja,
forever.
Ja, yeah, you tell about this.
This was what? At least a good
this was the
4
hardest
hours?
scene in the movie to shoot because Nick and John kept stumbling over themselves, like trying to back up. We took 4 or 5 takes.
This was a good 4 hours.
I used this shot because I thought it looked cool, and it took a long ass time to make this fucking thing.
It's a cool shot.
It is, and Will did a good job not cracking up.
Best.
He really is. Will did good, and I liked the little switch off between you guys. I like this whole part. The standoff's pretty good.
Whoa.
Wong. And I'm like, hey.
I like the red. The lighting.
Yeah, the lighting in that shot, like the lighting in this hallway is very good. Also, I found this out while I was editing this. There's a little bit more of this conversation which explains a teeny bit more about what's going on, but it got somehow it got lost. There's like maybe a 30 seconds. That
Right there, I thought Will was about to shoot you.
Yeah.
Yeah, which was originally what was supposed to happen because Will did read the script. He knew what was going to happen, and then, bam.
Then editing happened.
And then editing, and then Will couldn't show up. Will couldn't show up again, and John accidentally shot him anyway, which happens. And I was like, well, fuck. I guess by the time I realized that months later, I was like, buddy, fuck it. We made it work. So okay.
At this point,
I guess he didn't trust
is
anybody.
on shoot,
A rampage. Yeah.
Shoot first, ask questions later.
But one thing I was talking about, Alex, if you notice, is that the whole movie, the whole film up to this point is building up to the face-off between the tourist and the hitman. So it's kind of concluded. But then you've got another antagonist. You know, so it's like you kind of have two very similar parts. Again, which I realized as I was looking at the final script, I'm like, I want to keep them both in there because you were the main antagonist, but I'm writing myself like I'm kind of that, but I'm just the subordinate. But then again, there wasn't enough of you, and I was like, I wanted. I
think it worked because you were like, I think you were the main antagonist, so I was the bigger bad.
Like the way I'd compare it when I was looking over it is like you are the emperor to my Vader. You know, like I might be the main antagonist, but you're the guy who really is running things. You know, and I thought that the supernatural element does come in a little bit here, which I liked. And yeah, Nick,
The supernatural element definitely helped a lot of
the weird issues.
Yeah.
Like a lot of the weird editing choices were intentional. Honestly, like I was trying to go for a very weird atmosphere. I'll be
this
honest.
part right here.
Did you like when it randomly?
No, this.
This was a fuck up that I kept in there, and yeah, he drops the gun, and I'm like, shit.
It's a bit of a humanization. I like the fact the music cuts out when he does it. Well, fuck you, Anne.
Yeah.
He hates them. He's just a guy that was desperately on the run.
He's just a guy.
He dropped the gun because
He's
he's
not
just
perfect.
a guy. He's not perfect.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
It's not like you're following fucking John Wick this entire movie.
no, you're following the bargain discount cousin of John Wick, I guess. This whole thing I thought turned out pretty decently, actually, as a final confrontation. With the exception of
Well,
I guess,
we didn't really.
this was mostly
Yeah, we kind of rewrote the script when I got there because we saw what you wanted to do and we're like,
that ending's not happening.
yeah.
Will's supposed to be alive and come and kill
Yeah.
you, which would have been a decent ending, but we went darker this time, actually, which I didn't want to do. I wanted to be a little more uplifting, but
I think it went more of what you were filming. Oddly enough, went more of the tone of the overall movie. I mean, main character still lives. I mean,
Yeah, that's true. That's true. You like the build up? Try to build up to the shot. I liked the over the shoulder.
actually, this thing I didn't end up doing it just because scheduling got a bit off. I was thinking about shaving my head for this one.
Oh, you would have?
Yeah.
If I had known that, I would have reshot those.
Okay, Kingpin.
Yeah, man. Yeah, you could totally be Kingpin.
Well, I thought it'd make him creepier.
It would.
Yeah, it's my left side.
He's kind of like, it's like, is he a mob boss? Is he a serial killer? Is he like got
He's
some
just
weird...
a guy.
He's just a guy that like is, you know.
He's a creepy ass guy that everyone's afraid of.
But I have to say, in
the
this
expression
scene-
on John's face, and I was like, "What? Who?
Who are you?" Like,
Right.
and John's acting is good,
Thank you.
and they have good chemistry because they've worked together before in different roles, but like similar vibe scenes, I guess.
We're always against each other, but in weird ways.
Yeah, and it's weird how like two movies that are supposed to be so different, when they have same people, similar themes and motifs come up, and I'm like, huh, which is might lead into conversations about future projects, perhaps. Oh, and you managed to go along with this, that it wasn't quite a fuck up, but you struggled to put on his glasses there, and like, but who knows? You're just toying with them. I was like, thank God, because that was good, because we only had that one shot. I'm like, please, so. Whew.
Yeah, I think in the original scripted ending, I was very mad and very upset by
were
how
much
things
more,
were going.
Yeah, but this one you're much calmer. And,
more amused by everything.
Well, you broke the gun.
yeah.
Yeah, I broke the gun prop.
Oh, the
in
pistol.
this
Yeah, that's true.
And
Because
that first scene of you throwing it away, it shattered.
yeah,
Yep, it broke.
I was very method.
Yeah.
It's just not one of these moves if I don't break something.
Good time. The biggest action scene of the movie.
Right there, that gun
Oh,
was
that
shattered.
cut. Bam, bam.
You can kind of actually hear it break.
Yeah, you can. Yeah. Some good cuts.
Fucking licking his neck or some shit.
Yeah, well, like the sexual tension is not completely off.
Well, like I said, the character's supposed to be a devil, and devil's always kind of weirdly seductive in his weird
In a
way
weird
of doing
way.
it.
No, I was fine with it, and you kept with that aspect of the character for sure. And it went high pitched. I remember you played with that. Any thoughts?
It looks like a porno.
Yeah, I'm not going to deny it. It has.
That's just because there's real passion there.
There's real passion between two men.
You need new shoes.
It worked. We're low budget gangsters, I guess. And you know what? The devil loves Nikes.
Mm-hmm. That's that angle.
Oh yeah. I tried to avoid as many of the crotch shots as possible, but I got one or two in. I didn't realize the opening shot is essentially of John's ass. John's doing a good job with his acting here, though. I think. But once again,
Are you sure you just didn't hurt John?
He might have hurt him a little.
I don't think I did it.
But
No.
the symmetry is definitely there because, oddly enough, John, your character ends up in the same place as he started.
Yeah,
Kind
of. That's.
He's still got the case, you know. I guess he did have some small victories, in a sense, but like the main
killed you.
The main evil, he killed me and some other guys, but the main evil still escaped. So I don't know. And you're right. I think it was consistent with the tone, but I don't know. To be fair, oddly enough, I wanted it to be a little less weird. And the original idea was supposed to be more of a traditional noir, I guess.
Bad guy dies and
he gets the girl, but I couldn't find any women again for casting. So I mean that also,
requires money.
That requires more money. Really, in general, I'm beginning to learn that's a big issue after a certain point. But
beginning and ending the same way.
Yeah, very true.
John crying.
I liked the last shot.
Facing opposite ways.
And this that where it randomly it focuses on the case. That was cool. That was cool. That was Bad Places, my second movie I made with my friend Sir for Merlinsbury Productions. Any final thoughts? I guess.
I liked it.
Cool.
Yeah, man. I thought it was good.
Yeah, for what it was. I mean, I thought it was.
I think for the next movie, actually, I have to give the characters names.
I was trying.
Well, the first movie,
they did.
Sacrifice, we had names.
Yeah, I know. Well, that was something.
Knew them.
That was something that we were trying. That was something we were trying out on this one. But I think we might want to go a little bit more traditional with our naming conventions.
Yeah.
Except for Thug 1.
No, Thug 1 was pretty great.
Thug
1 was pretty great. You have a name?
Because I gave you that one.
Yeah.
Because Old Scratch is a name for the devil in folklore.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And I guess that's going to be the cast crew commentary. Might be some more coming soon, but thanks for sitting and watching with me again, guys. Oh wait, I totally forgot about this. Fade you guys out. Yeah, technically, you could. I don't know if I'd count this as part of the movie. This is really.
Whether or not that last bit will end the thing is whether or not this last bit's going to stay in the movie.
Yeah, exactly. Whether it's a real thing. But I'll talk.
Kind of like the corruption in the video.
Yeah, I thought it works with the whole movie because
yeah.
it's so rough anyway. But I will admit this was pure. What do you call it? I always get these terms confused. But there's the Passion Project, and then there's the. What is it?
Oh, tour.
The Vanity Project.
Yeah.
This whole thing was me just channeling and say, hey, you know what? I part of it was that. Part of it was also, you know what? Hell with it. Will asked me to make all these references to Sacrifice, and I was like, crap, I didn't really. So I'm gonna go more meta, which is like, what the hell? It's actually gonna be me, and I'm actually gonna get a little letter from Elotham, the villain from our first movie, which I guess is also Mr. Scratch, and it's gonna lead into what might possibly be my third project, which I'll tell you guys more about in detail if it happens. Hopefully it will. But whether or not it does, it's open-ended enough that it could. But yeah, I was
going to stick with the same name.
No, actually no. Okay, well, you'll see what it is here, obviously. But I'm gonna write Demon Chair because what I'm going to do, I guess, as a preview for anybody that listens, is it's going to be kind of making fun of these previous movies a little bit. I'm going to make a mockumentary where I get you guys to talk about your experiences working on these films and discussing the director as we're filming another film called Demon Chair. And it's going to be a documentary about the making of that film called The Director's Chair, in which it'll be a couple scenes of us filming the actual movie and then interviews. And then eventually some more weird meta stuff will come through. If anybody that likes Wes Craven's New Nightmare, it's partially what I'm going for. But it's actually my most ambitious idea. But it's also making fun of myself and my low budget movies with my friends. But I also thought it might be easier to film, but it might be more complicated to write. So I don't know, but that was kind of what I was going for. Anyway, that's the real end of the commentary. So, all right.
Any final comments?
Any final comments? We're good. No, we set enough.
We're good.
All right, and that's it.